Facebook friends. It's Rachel Radha checking in. Tonight I wanted to talk about something that can be very exciting if you're ready to make a change. And it's how we can create our life so that we wake up every morning really excited for another day. So before we begin, let's get really honest and let's ask ourselves, how many goals, New Year's resolutions, promises have we made to ourselves that we want to accomplish something, we want to create something, or we want to have a lifetime goal or a short-term goal? How many of these have we actually ever finished or implemented? This is important because the only way that we're ever going to be able to create the life that we want is through honesty and curiosity and action. So first we have to get honest with ourselves and say, you know what, I've done pretty darn good with that. When I set out to do something, I actually do it. Or my intentions are really good, but the end result is always the same, which is I stop halfway through or I stop after a few days. So based on what your answer is, the technique that we are used to using, or our tried and true techniques of the past, or the magazine article techniques that we try and implement, if they haven't worked to date, then it's worth a try to listen and see if this resonates with you. And why is that? It's because we won't do what we tell ourselves to do. We get rebellious, we get lazy, we find excuses, we prioritize incorrectly. Aren't we masters at doing that? Our minds are crazy in the way that they can turn a great intention the night before, and then that bad wolf inside of us says, oh, not today. This bed is so comfortable. What's another hour sleeping in? Tomorrow we'll do it, okay? Tomorrow. If that's how our mind works, then we need to make this process fun. Remember when you're a little kid and you can't wait to get out of bed in the morning and go out and explore because it's fun, right? So we can create that as adults. We need to make the work worthwhile. We need to make the reward greater than the work. And there's ways to do this, so let's get going. In order to make the process fun and in order to keep yourself on track, I recommend getting a diary, getting a journal, getting something where you can record everything that you're going to be doing. Not in your phone, because it's too easy to put that phone away. It's too easy not to look at our notepad or our notes section. I want something hard and concrete. You walk in and you see it there, and it works better. And this isn't just me saying this. This is people that I know or people that I follow that are masters in their field that really strongly believe this way. And I tend to copy the people that I really admire in business. When we have a scheduler or a diary and we write it down, we're thinking it, we're writing it down, and then we say it out loud what's on the page. We are already doing affirmations then, and this is a great first step. Creating the life that we want, we can have a lifelong dream, which is something that we create by having habits that we want to do for the rest of our lives that are going to make us solid human beings that love getting up and love doing what we do. And I firmly believe that discipline is freedom. And I've seen the rewards of that personally. So create your goal, whether it is a long-term goal that you just want to keep doing, you want to form new habits, or whether it's something that you want to have a specific goal for a period of time. A lot of the common ones are the physical ones that we have, which is if your blood pressure is too high, you need to have a certain diet, or If the pounds are creeping on as you age due to inactivity, then that's another goal to have in mind, is to lose weight and get healthy. Whatever this may be, we create that goal and have that in mind at the top of our page, okay? And there has to be a why for this. So if your goal is to hone in your anger at your family, then put anger at the top of the page, and then under put your why. What is your benefit? What is your reward going to be? And make it great, a great reward for whatever you are embarking on. So if it's the weight, it's going to be, I can run around all day long with my kids or my grandkids, or I can take up tennis lessons again, or I can go for swims in the ocean and not have to worry about having a heart attack, right? If it's the anger issue I just mentioned, well, you're just going to change your whole personality and be such a much better person if you learn that anger is a very detrimental way to live, not only to the people around you, but to yourself. So pick your goal and then pick your why. Why is it important to you? Something that makes you feel emotion. You want to feel the emotion. This is actually very fun and a new way to look at things. We start to create our week. And you can go week by week, or you can write out your weeks in 1 month blocks, right? And the cool part about this plan that is different is you're going to want to have about a 20 to 30% of your week involving the work going into your goal. And then you're going to want to have 70 to 80% being a reward for doing what you're doing. How cool is that, right? Because we need to make this worth it for you. So 20 to 30% is going to be the work that you see will move the needle in the direction of this life change for you. And the rest of it is a reward that is congruent with that work. So it doesn't mean that you go on a binge if you're trying to deal with blood pressure, right? It doesn't give you an allowance to get angry at someone part of the time. That's not what we're working for here. But the reward system is when I reach my goals, I do something that brings me joy, and make it a reward that is so worth it that the 20 to 30% of the work that you're going to put in is so doable because you know you're going to give yourself that reward. The mindset is very important here. As a mindset coach, I can say with authority that the huge changes that I see in people's lives, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, is all because they allow their mindset to become powerful. A positive and determined mindset is really, really important. So write over all your diaries those attributes that you would love. This stuff works. You gotta trust the process. A few tips about your big goal is you wanna make this goal so freaking appealing. You wanna make it so admirable. You want your heart to skip a beat when you think of being that person. You have the power to be anything you want. Creating your life involves a process, but I can tell you that moving the needle, even that 20 to 30% each week, gives you such reward. It gives you such reward up here and in here that it keeps you going. Another tip is that we want to make our goals so crystal clear that we can, again, see it in our mind's eye. If you want to restore an old car, well, what kind of car? Where are you going to get it? What year is this car? How many miles will it have on it? You want to build your goal so crystal clear that you can see it, and that you can see it in your mind's eye finished. So you get to the emotional part of why you're doing it. You can do whatever you want to do, and you can manifest whatever you choose. That's all for now.